Hello everyone, I'm Leon Thomas Lewick. Here's your political news roundup for Thursday, April 18th. This effort is not over. That was President Obama's reaction to the Senate blocking of new gun buyer background checks. Obama's comments came while he was in Boston, attending a memorial service for those killed or injured in Monday's explosions near the Boston Marathon finish line. Obama said tighter regulations on weapons availability are what America wants. He urged supporters to keep pressing Congress to act. Late Wednesday, the Senate fell just 6 votes short of passing a compromise proposal that would have stiffened requirements for background checks on gun purchasers. Obama called it a pretty shameful day in Washington, with senators caving in to pressure from the gun lobby. While at the Boston service, Obama also stressed again that the perpetrator of the attack that killed 3 people and left more than 100 injured will be found and brought to justice. A Mississippi man is under arrest on charges of threatening the president. 45-year-old Paul Kevin Curtis is charged with sending a letter to the president that contained the potentially lethal poison ricin. Curtis was taken into custody Wednesday on suspicion of mailing threatening letters to Obama and to Mississippi Senator Roger Wicker. Both letters tested positive for ricin. Both closed with the same words, and both were mailed April 8th from Memphis, Tennessee. The letters never made it to their intended targets' offices. They were spotted at off-site mail processing centers. If he's found guilty, Curtis could get up to 15 years in prison and face $500,000 in fines. And there's still plenty of anti-U.S. rhetoric coming from North Korea, but the tone of that rhetoric has been noticeably calmer over the past few days and hinting at reconciliation. The North laid out possible conditions for negotiations, including the lifting of UN sanctions and removing all U.S. nuclear assets from the region. That's a far cry from the earlier threats of nuclear annihilation of the U.S., South Korea, and Japan. The U.S. has already rejected the North Korean conditions, but Secretary of State John Kerry said the North Korean statement did represent what he called a beginning gambit. That's your political news roundup for Thursday, April 18th. I'm Leon Thomas Lewick. Stay logged on to rttnews.com for the latest political, economic, and stock market news from around the world all day long.